Hello, it is 12:30 on a lovely Los Angeles early afternoon. And here we are. We're big, we're bad, we're back. We're going to do some live mixing. How is everybody? Who do we have? We have Jacob. We have Mad Dog. Hey, Mad Dog. We have Chappie. Hey, Chappie. We have Royal Neilbag. We have Music to Motion. Hair Leafay. Chris Ibbotson. How the devil are you? Patrick. Hey, Patron. Hey, JJ. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Pot. Hey, Matt. Hey, Jack. Hey, Karen. How are you? Hope you're doing marvelously well. Did everybody see Gail yesterday was featured in her local paper and I believe on I think maybe on local television, one of our Academy members, for writing a beautiful song about Juneteenth, which is absolutely amazing. So Gail, congratulations. I don't know if everybody in the Academy saw that, but that was really good. And she did thank me and, of course, all of the Produce Like a Pro Academy for being so helpful in her work. So, Gail, we really appreciate anybody's success and the fact when they thank us. Gail, we love you. Congratulations. Hey, Jenny Kay. Hey, Sheila. Lovely to see you both. Karen, once again. Yes, I don't know if she posted inside the Academy. If Gail is here, have her post inside the Academy. If she didn't, we should all be giving her a big round of applause. It's wonderful to see her success. Anders, Corbin, Mark, Don, Lyndon, Billy, Ray, Van Barnes. This mix is sick. I'm glad it is. And marvelous to you too. Baby Bison, Spoken Life, John Rosal, Gabe Mixes, DJ Microfuture, Tony Frey, Mr. Coatsworth, Bill Hawkins, Jack P., Matt Chambers, JJ Wright, Carl Gibson, Patrick, and Serge. Three Dog Recording Studio, Scott Davies, Antonio, Baby Bison, Bengt. Hey, Bengt, how have you been? Long time no see. Great to see you here. How am I doing? I'm good. Little tired, to be honest. We did our first interview at 9 a.m. here, which was with a rather wonderful engineer who made one of my favorite albums ever, which we have a video coming out on next week. And then we did an interview of him. And then after that, I did a live, I did a wonderful chat with one of our Academy members, Matt. Hey, Matt. And we listened to some of his music and talked about production and mixing. So it's been a busy day thus far. This is my third thing already. Plus, answering 100 emails and all the other good stuff that we did. Hey, Ray, it's no rest for the wicked, as my mother would say. Hey, Eds. Hey, Mark. Hey, Rafa. Hey, Lawrence. Hey, Jason. Hey, Fernando. Hey, Hans. Hey, Darren. Really amazing. So, what are we going to do? We'll flick over to the mix screen. First of all, I believe that the multi-tracks should be available for this. Are they available yet, Eric?
Getting set up now.
Says it's getting set up. So the multi-tracks, you may already have these if you're Academy members. If you haven't, please, at some point very soon, there will be a download link so you can download. So what we've decided to do is we're going to mix with the brand new McDSP plugins. They have gone in and revamped everything. I don't know, is it today they've launched them? When did they launch them? It's about nowish. And I'm sure many of you know that I'm a big fan of Colin McDowell, hence the McDSP. And he is such a wonderful, wonderful guy. I'm a huge fan of his. And McDSP were probably one of the first companies to make plugins, third-party plugins, outside of DAWs. I think he started in 98 or 99. Correct me if I'm wrong, Colin. And the analog channel was one of the first plugins I remember Dave Jordan introduced me to. And it's been a staple of what we do ever since. Sometimes when I get really super digital sounding stuff, especially virtual instruments and things that have never really been through any kind of tubes or valves, as we would say in the UK, or transformers or anything like that, and I want to just kind of color it a little bit, I will just put the analog channel on pretty much everything. And I don't know if we'll need to do it on this song, but we will definitely do it. So is the multitracks available yet?
Refreshing and
I'm checking myself to see if the multitracks are there.
not yet.
Not yet. I mean, I can put them up if you like. Do you have the link? Just needs to go in the edit underneath. It doesn't need Lee to do it. One of us could do it. So just, yeah, the multitracks down below, so you can mix along. And yes, Colin is awesome, Sheila. I agree. And Sound in the City says, Colin is a cool dude. He certainly is. Do I use heat? I never actually use heat. And Royal Neilbag says, dirty it up. Jack says, a very spacey plugins. Yeah. Hi, Trollstum. Yep. So, it appeared as if by magic, says Chris. So they are there now, the multitracks? Great. So there it is. Download the multitracks here. So, yeah, please download the multitracks and you can mix along. It looks like Eric has also put the link in there. So if you haven't already got the multitracks, if you're inside the Academy, you will have these. But if you're not inside the Academy, you won't. So now have an opportunity. You can join us in the Academy. We do, every week we listen to our mixes and talk about it. And anyway, let's have some fun. Let's mix this track. I'm going to listen to it. This is just the raw tracks. No EQ, no compression. Let's have a listen.
Sun's been down for an hour or two, and it's still just me and you.
Okay, we don't have to listen to the whole track. You get the idea. The drums are actually recorded here at the studio on my wife's old Ludwig kit. If I just play the elements without any samples on, this is the live drums. I'll give you all the samples as well. You have all the samples when they download it. Is that correct?
All the ones that are used, let me check them.
So this is the live drums. Let's get them sounding good. Yeah, it's kind of a bit Black Sabbath. A little bit grungy, I agree. So yeah, it's kind of stoner rock, says Danielle, I agree. And Benk says remembers mixing it. Yeah, it's kind of a Sabbathy meets grungy kind of track. All of my friends that were in grunge bands in the early 90s all told me that that's what they wanted to be. They wanted to be Black Sabbath. Almost to a man. It was kind of punk meets Black Sabbath, but a lot of Black Sabbath. So it's a pretty good drum sound, but it's soft. It's a Ludwig kit. The drummer wasn't playing the rim particularly aggressively. Now we do have a kick sample, which is Addictive Drums. Here's the kick flown in. Hello, McDSP in the house. If you've got any questions for McDSP, they are here. That's McDSP TV. Hello. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the song. And hello to Colin. We've all been saying hello, Colin. Everybody say hello, Colin. Now, I've got these samples here, which if you don't already have them, definitely get my sample pack. But it's free. We do all our sample packs free. And it's actually the Dave Jordan Alice in Chains sample, which is what's called S-Gun 1 and S-Gun 2. So if I add those... Take it out. So I'm going to start with a blend before we open up any plugins. Just kind of roughly do it here. Doesn't that remind you of Alice in Chains? No, the two kick sounds mic. One is just a single mic on the kick drum, and the other one is actually a kick sample. And now I'm throwing in the Alice in Chains drum sample, snare sample, which Dave Jordan used on, why am I blanking on its name? Why am I blanking on its name? Here Come the Rooster. Anyway, that album. Now, the D28 is like a tubby snare. Have a listen to this. Belly in. And then there is an addictive, more aggressive snare. Which has got a ring. So let's see if we can blend all of those elements together. So I'm bringing the ringing down because I want it to sound a little bit more natural. It's nice to have the ring in there and be able to blend it, but I don't want it to be the only thing you hear. I'm already kind of happy with the drum sound. Bring up the toms a little bit. Bit more. There you go, drum sound. Now we can do a little bit more to it, but not bad. I mean, it's just a blend. We talk about this a lot. Now, obviously, I have no problem with using samples if they help, especially when you've got a soft snare and we're adding the ambience from those two samples that Dave Jordan samples, these two here. If we play them just on their own, you can have a listen. Instant Alice in Chains, throw in, and they are available in the sample pack. If you go to Produce Like a Pro, you can go and download that. Just literally, it's a free goodies that you get when you join the email list. The D28, I'm going to turn it up a bit. You know what? It's got some volume automation written on it. So what I had done previously is I had automated the samples to alternate so that it didn't end up sounding like a machine. Aha. There we go. See, that happens a lot when you get samples and they're playing a drum fill. You get like a da-da-da-da-da-da. If it's one sound, it kind of goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da, almost sounds like a machine gun. So I had actually already done that, even though there is no... So that's a little tip for you. If you have a look here, you'll see that it's automated. Okay, let's just fly in the rest of the drums. I actually might do some more automation to that between you and I. So what we could do is actually draw in more of a fade. So what I'm going to do, believe it or not, is this. And just so you understand what I'm doing, I'm going to just draw in some volume automation so it actually gets louder on that. Getting more and more natural now. Let's do it on here as well. That's the thing when you're using samples. You've got to be careful if you're flying them in. You do need to add some kind of, some kind of dynamics that won't necessarily be there. Now, there are lots of programs which bring the dynamics back in, but even then, if it's just one shot, one hit, it's not going to have the difference. So each time you play the sample, it can be louder or quieter, but it's not going to have that. Because when you play something soft, you get more body out of it. So if you play a snare really soft, you get a little bit more oomph on the low lows. Okay, great. Cool. Okay. All right. Now then, let's start looking at the drums as a whole. This is now the blend we have. Okay. Here is the kick. And we are going to go to McDSP, our good friends. So this is all the new stuff, is it, Eric?
Yes.
All upgraded. Woohoo!
Version 7. Woo!
Version 7. Okay. What do I want to start with? I don't know. I'm going to open up the retro EQ because it's the first one I see. Okay. So we're working just on the kick in. So retro EQ. We want a classic rock drum sound. Let's have a look. No surprise, we're going down to 60 hertz. I'm boosting some 60 there. Oh, Sheila already has version 7. Woohoo! Already a huge difference. You can see I pulled out some 350 and I boosted some 60 quite dramatically. Now, because we are using a kick sample, I think a lot of the attack is there with a kick sample. Oh, thank you very much, Music Boys Entertainment. Glad to be able to help. Looks like Chris Ibbotson has helped as well. Chris is fantastic. I mean, already it's working quite nicely just with some subtle 60 boost. Well, not subtle, some quite aggressive 60 boost. And then some 350 cut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a separate kick bus. And now that I've got the two elements together, So I'm bussing the two things together now. Sorry, I should be telling you what I'm doing. And now I'm going to grab, let's do something. Let's grab, why don't we go and grab another, I'm going to grab a different EQ because I just want to experiment. Let's go for the AE400 Active EQ. I'm going to have some fun. Ooh, very fancy. Uh-huh. Okay. So I got all the bands enabled here. You have to give me a bit of a... I haven't actually used this before, so I'm having some fun with it. Wow, it's making a huge difference. I haven't actually brought in any of the dynamics at all. At the moment, it's just using it as a straightforward EQ. Got some red lights on. I don't care. Sounds good. I know that always gets people irked. They're like, I can see some red lights. I can't believe it. There's red lights on that plugin. Oh no. We're in the 32-bit floating now, aren't we? It's pretty hard to distort things. I do get stuff distorted all the time to mix, but usually on the way in, people, clipping their mic pre's, and it can get pretty ugly. But wow, that's great. I mean, here's before. Here's an after. Yeah, I know the kick bus is the kick sample is stereo, and that's why I've summed it down to mono. It's identical. It just comes from a stereo track. You know that quite often happens with DAWs where people give you stereo tracks, but it's actually a mono source. It's two things, but it's identical. It's not a stereo sample. It's just mono. That's why I summed it down to mono. I don't need a stereo track when it's only a mono source. I don't think I need any extra click at the moment. I might do. So if we're at the moment where if we go up to like 2.5, 2.6, something like that, just with the whole mix, let's have a listen. Quite dramatic. It's really quite dramatic. So I got a little bit of like 2.5K there, just kind of boosted it up. That may or may not change depending on the guitars and the bass, but I'm happy with it at the moment. I'm pretty happy with the drums. Now, the drums, I do have an ambience of that snare sample, which is panned hard left and hard right. So we could keep that stereo if we want. There's also a grace note track here. So why don't we do and keep the snare stereo because of that ambience track. Like I said, if I didn't have those samples of ambience samples panned left and right, I would also keep this mono. There's no reason to create stereo files when the source is just mono, but I do know I get a lot of things that are stereo, and when I listen to them, they're completely mono. They're just left and right mono. I think that's an issue moving between DAWs. I'm sure you've all faced it. Okay, so I'm going to create a snare sub. And as I said, I am going to keep this one stereo because it has some stereo information going into it. Make it 13 and 14. And actually, I think I'm going to grab that same EQ. I like that. Well, you know what? We are here to experiment. So let's try a different McDSP EQ. So why don't we try, well, we'll go, there's the A600, which has more bands. Why don't we try the Channel G EQ? Ooh, look at that. Isn't that fancy? All right. Colin, you and your fancy pants plugins. So it's crossing over at about 200. 200, 220 is always nice on the bottom of a snare. Let's have a listen. Go up to about 7. What do we got here? 10. So this is bypassed. And here is an in. Might go a little lower. This is set to 80. Let's go and take it to about 100 and just do a little tiny bit more in. I do like a little extra body in there. How do I achieve the hairstyle? It's called washing it and going to the studio. That's my hair care regimen. Now, if you want to talk to Eric, when he and I travel, we share a hotel room, and there's a good 20 minutes of. There's no product in my hair. My hair is just hair. My hair is wash the hair, go to work. Yeah. There's definitely no product, and like I said, I've been working since I woke up at 6:15. I was answering emails from 6:15. Yeah. People worried about their hair have got more time than I have. I like what it's done. I like that EQ. This is good. This is really, really good. Okay, let's go to the Tomage. So far, so good. I've been enjoying all of this, and it's fun trying out these different EQs. The UI on that last one was really kind of cool, really dumb. I like dumb. I like open up. Actually, I think Colin and I have talked about that. The sort of like, it just has to work. One of the things about Analog Channel is all of the sounds are really good. Like sometimes people make plugins and they do some like things that you'll never use in a million years. But like, it's got this special element. You press this button and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, but it doesn't do anything that's useful. What I've always liked about Colin, and I think he's a very matter-of-fact, very smart person, as you know. If you ever heard him talk, he's very, very smart, is that he just wants things to be very functional. Like, this turns knob makes things sound better. And so far, so good. With what we've spent, like 30 seconds tweaking every single one, and it sounds good. All right, let's try. Is there any more EQs for me to look at? Let's keep going. This is fun. I love doing this. Okay, we've done the 2 active EQs. We did the G channel EQ, which looks rather nice. Oh, we're going to the good old-fashioned filter banks. This is what I grew up on. I've probably used filter bank EQ more than any other human being known to man. I look at that. Oh, that's so lovely looking. It looks like a really good piece of hardware. Now somebody needs to make hardware that looks like that. Now, don't get me wrong. McDSP do have some incredible hardware where they do the processing on board. I don't know if you know about that. It is phenomenal. Okay, so let's go in and grab... so we're going to do toms, and I'm going to listen to it in the mix. We'll go in and pull out some low mids. Let's check it out. Oh, you know what? There's already a band ready to go at about 400. Okay, so pulled out a lot of ugly low mids. This is a group, an auxiliary of both the toms. I might go to individual toms and do a little bit of EQ as well. But now let's go in about 100-ish and boost. Nothing's going in. Nothing's going in. All right, one more time. Didn't do anything because it wasn't going in. Yeah, baby. Now you're talking. Now you can hear the difference. Woohoo! What is Filterbank, Karen? Filterbank is their EQ they've had forever, which is absolutely phenomenal. Oh, it's made so much difference. Wow, bypass it. Go back to what you were hearing 2 seconds ago. Now with it on. Great. Now I'm going to listen to those two toms together. Bypassed. Let's see if there's any other toms sections in here. This is good. Oh, here you go. Here's something with a lot more toms in. I need to bring up that floor a little bit. I think in general. Yep, the McDSP AP8 and APB8 and APB16 analog processing. It's really good. And we do have to do another video on it. They deserve that. We deserve it. It's fantastic. Robin says he likes the prehistoric campfire vibe. Yeah, that's me. I'm a prehistoric campfire person. All right, let's do this. Let's give it a little bit of verb. Maybe just a little bit. I'm liking the drums. We haven't got any verb going on whatsoever. Now, this is, try to be kind of dryish, Black Sabbath-y, desert rocky, although a lot of Sabbath stuff had reverb on it. But let's create a tom verb. That will give us an opportunity to go and look for the new McDSP verbs. Okay, so, okay, what we got? Eric, what am I looking for? This isn't it? Yes. Okay, let's have some fun. Okay, revolver. Convolution reverb. Okay. I don't know what the default is. It'll probably be huge. Might be a little big for what we need, but still kind of fun. Okay, so let's have some fun. See if we can figure out. So we've got pre-delay, attack, color, high frequency. So we've got the EQ there. Here's the wet dry. We want it to be completely wet. Here's the length control. Let's just pull it down until it feels like it's in the kit. So I'm bringing down a high frequency color, just if I can make it a little darker. Thank you ever so much. They did use some plate Baby Bison on it. I was talking to one of the Black Sabbath engineers the other day about it. Some more stuff coming on Black Sabbath. Huge fan. Huge fan. Oh yeah, the shadows on the knob. But I do like, look, their stuff is got a little bit of analogy, look to it. But let's be honest, they haven't done that thing that annoys a lot of us, where they have like the rusty screws and the paint peeling off to try and make it look like it's a vintage plugin. They haven't done that. They've definitely given it a look of brushed aluminium or aluminum, depending on where you're from. But it's clean. There's nothing distracting. Yeah, I see the drop shadow on the knobs, but it doesn't bother me. It's not like I say, some of the vintage stuff gets really silly. I'm trying to figure out where the knobs are, and I can't see the knobs for the rusty screw and the peeling paint and the slightly obscured lettering because it's trying to be cool. This looks like something my brain understands. It looks like a piece of classic 70s hi-fi to me, to be honest. Kind of cool, but you know what? I like this enough for the snare. Maybe I'll take that ringing snare that we've got and dial a little of that into this reverb. It's kind of cool, isn't it? So just the ring. So we're gonna bring it in. Sounds pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, yes, I agree, Chris. We haven't thrown anything into the mix. I'm leaving the overheads as they are, and I'm leaving the hat. I don't actually feel like I need to do much to those. Let's throw in the bass. Throwing in some guitars. The bass is a combination of a DI and an amp. I'm digging the drums. We haven't done that much to it. I will say I want to create a drum bus. So why don't we have some fun with that before we carry on? So we're going to take the drum elements that I've bussed together, which is the kick sub, which is the snare, and then the toms. We're making all those come out of 17 and 18. And then we'll take the cymbal elements and and the reverb, of course. And the cymbal elements. (17, 18) and make that all come out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something gentle on this, just bass EQ, bass compression. So let's do that. Let's have some fun with it. I think I'm going to go to this one. Okay. So it's active EQ and fixed. I see. Okay. So the active EQ. Go back to the fixed. A little bit of 8K. Ah, thanks ever so much, Division. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, I've never heard anything but good experiences of customer support with McDSP. I've spoken to Colin on Sundays quite a few times over the years. I remember when he was doing one particular update before the pandemic, maybe 3 years ago. I was doing something and I had a question, and I was like, I'll just try him. So I actually called the office on a Sunday. He'll hate me for saying this, and he picked up the phone. He was in the office and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get this Apple update done and it's really important. So I'm here working on a Sunday. So, which I relate to because I was also working on a Sunday, which I pretty much do every Sunday. I really dig that. I might be EQing it a little bit more than I normally would. I might have to, yeah, I can adjust I don't actually think I need the active EQ. I think it's probably more clever than I need. Phil Collis or Phil Cole's 100. I don't think I need to use an active EQ, and there's no issue here for me to deal with. But yes. Okay, let's move on to the bass, onto the bass. And as asked about, it is a DI and an amp. Now I'm going to do my DI trick, which means I'm going to use the DI for the low lows. Have a listen to the DI. The DI's got a lot of personality, but I think I'm going to use the high mids on the amp. So let's go and grab, let's go grab another EQ. I'm probably just going to filter bank it because it does the job for me. So I grab the filter bank. And I'm actually just going to probably go in about 100-ish, do a little boostage round here. And then I'm actually going to grab this and high pass. You see here, I got a 12 dB slope, about 200-ish, and this is going to be just a DI. Ah, thank you. Getting a call from Warren any day is a good day. I don't know. Sundays. So I'm actually high passing a little bit just to get rid of some of the low lows. So it's out of the way of the kick. Now I'm going to put a little gentle compression on there. What can we choose? Why don't we use the analog channel? We've been talking about it quite a lot. Let's actually use it. So analog channel, because this can also help shape the EQ. No, I don't think the analog channel is the right thing for this, but hey, always worth having a quick look. Okay, let's go in, and we haven't even tried the console yet, which has got EQs and compression and everything. We'll get to that, don't worry. Let's go to the retro compressor. I think that's all I need. It's just giving me enough kind of consistent low end. Okay, now let's go to the amp and we'll grab the same EQ here. And I just copied it down. So now I'm going to do the reverse. I'm actually going to high pass. I'm going to turn this off. There you go. So I'm actually going to high pass up to about 200. Go to 12 dB. And now the amp is going to be the high mids and all the personality. Now what I like to do on this is go into like, let's go in at like 750. Have a listen to this. Actually 350 is a nice band. Now, when he's hitting it, he's playing it quite hard. You can hear it hitting the pickups, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So it's very ugly and mid-rangey, and let's put it together with the low end of the DI. Copy down the compression. I'm very, very, very tempted to distort this. I just feel like I want it to be a little bit more aggressive and rock. It sounds like a 5-string bass. It doesn't quite have the rock I want it to. Yeah, Danielle's saying futz box. I think we can get the futz box. So what you're going to do is I'm going to duplicate the amp track like such. I'm going to leave all the same EQ and compression on it. I'm not going to do anything. So it's an exact duplicate staying within the group. And now we'll grab the futz box. And I'm going to do this with the drums playing so I don't get colored too much by listening in solo. Oh, brand new futz box. Oh, look at that. Now this is great. Look, I can go in there, I can use different speakers and wow. Business phone, cheap handset, classic wall cradle phone. Look at all these different sounds. Insane. Oh, what's that? Wow. Yowza. Look at all this stuff they've sampled. Insane. Toy guitar. Wow. Must have been hundreds and hundreds of hours worth of work. Truck radio. I gotta listen to this in solo. so ugly, I love it. I mean, it's a truck radio speaker. It just sounds like one of those kind of exotic pedals that you buy, you know. Don says it sounds too good to be a truck radio speaker, and he would know. Now we're trying to be like a late 60s, early 70s kind of, that crossover where it still had a 60s naivety to it, but the beginnings of like heavy rock. I'm loving this. There you go, truck radio distortion. I've got Colin, you guys, this is a beautiful GUI. It's really nicely laid out. It's actually exciting to use. Noise generator, I don't think I'll need it because I've already added enough noise. Thank you very much, but great. Really good. All right, great. Let's throw in some guitars. Now, this is actually a duplicate of the other one, so what I could do is I could put something on that. So it's a duplicate pan the other way. Originally on this mix, I had a verb on it and did all kinds of detuning, so we could have some fun with that. So much fun. Dum-de-dum-dum-dum-dum-da. Whoa! I'll just drop everything, shall I? The Revolver looks tasty again. Futz box. What else we got here? What else we got here? I almost want to just use the Futz box again and just, yeah, I want to use the Futz box again and just have some fun with it. It's obviously messing with the phase. So I'm probably going to do total overkill here. This is complete overkill. I'm going to get the Revolver on it and put some verb on it. Total, complete and utter overkill. But that's just what we do, or what I do. I'm silly. But here we go. Do. I just love that. It's just like, you know, you just created a guitar in a room that just doesn't sound like anybody else's room. As Chris has said, it's just great to experiment with different tones. Robert says, how do you manage your reverbs? Establish it from the drums and put the rest around it? Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I do have the benefit, I'll be honest, of having mixed this song multiple times in different ways. I've mixed this on the SSL, I mixed it through the CADAC, I think I've done it through the CADAC, and I've done it in the box using different plugins multiple times. So I've got an idea of what I want, and this one I wanted to be very simple and just show off the plugins and do kind of a less is more approach. And so far, actually, I think I'm preferring it to the other mixes I've done, which is interesting. But yeah, sometimes it can come down to got a vocal.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two, and it's still just me and you. I like to
Derek says, this is adding a lot of new personality to the mix. Do clients sometimes ask you to tame it back? Well, in this instance, I was the engineer and the producer on this. So I knew what I was going for. So all I'm personally doing is kind of doing more of a desert rock thing than we did. Just doing as much of that as possible. Like a desert rock, you know, the bands I grew up loving that they also love are like Hawkwind. I'm a huge Hawkwind fan. Huge Hawkwind fan. I went through a period of listening to Hawkwind nearly every day for a long time, and had a covers band with Nick Loebner. Nick, are you watching? And we used to do like Masters of the Universe. We would do Brain, what is it? Brain, brains. I can't even remember now. And Masters of the Universe was just a great song. And with the open E and like using wah pedals going, hurry on sundown, says Keith. Chris is laughing. You remember Hawkwind, Chris? Yeah, hurry on sundown. Brainstorm, thank you. Yeah, I love them. In fact, I was with Cameron and Christian the other day at Cameron's studio talking about Lemmy, and I saw Lemmy get up with them at Hammersmith Odeon and play with them. And I got backstage afterwards and Lemmy signed something for me. It was pretty amazing.
late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
So the vocals sound very middly, very 700 hertz-ish. Let's go and grab that fun, sophisticated EQ and see if I can figure out how to use it.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night.
So that's in the track. Let's see how it sounds in solo, just for our snitch and sniggles.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
That 1-5 really helps.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
Great. So we got rid of a lot of that mid-range aggression now.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
This is pretty nifty. Nice work, gentlemen. I like this. You can really shape the vocal nicely.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for...
So I like this, so I can do fixed EQ and on that same band. Ooh, so this gives us a lot. So it's like 12 instances of things I can do.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
That's freaking awesome.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun...
Oh, I've seen Hawkwind live many times. I very famously went to the Stonehenge Festival when I was 14, I think. You have to ask my parents. I snuck away from home. I think I told them I was going to go and stay with a friend. Yeah, I got quite into some serious trouble. And then cycled down to the station and took a train to, I think, like Reading and Salisbury, and got off and cycled from Salisbury to Stonehenge and went to the festival, which was highly illegal in those days. And saw Hawkwind play. I think I saw the Enid as well. A whole bunch of great bands. It was pretty amazing. Stayed with a friend of mine. Also, Nick Loebner. Hi, Nick, if you're watching.
Late night.
Nick's a year older than me, so he was like the old kid. I was 14, he was 15.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
I love this, great.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
So this is EQ out.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
All mid-range, all ugly. Here it is.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
Great, so much more even. So I'm just going to grab, let's do a little compression. You know what, I said I would use a channel, so let's do one of those. Do you like, we moved out, what have we got? Is this a 540? This is a Lewitt 540, isn't it?
This is the Sub-Zero 540.
Yeah, Sub-Zero 540. I'm digging this mic. We did a little swap out. We thought we'd try something different, so we're actually using a condenser now. You know, it's our job to help you, which means to try out different things all the time and never be resting on our laurels. People ask me about pieces of equipment, and I will say whether I like something or not, or what I found good or bad about it. But I will never, ever, ever give you an opinion on something I've not used. So that's why when people ask why we change our speakers out all the time, it's because how can I be of help when somebody asks me about speakers? We're getting back to building the other room. We just got new computers from Apple. So new Apple computers coming. So watch out for that room being built soon. Lots of great stuff happening. Okay, what did I say I wanted to do? Oh, yeah, I said I wanted to grab the console, G console. I just don't know what this is. Ooh, filters, compression. Okay.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
Okay, so I had to put it in line to make it work.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
Okay, cool. So I got rid of the worst kind of low lows.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
Oh, that compressor's easy to use and good sounding.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
Thanks, Nicholas. I really appreciate it.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
It's a festival crowd.
Late night, sun.
We are not playing a jazz odyssey in front of a festival crowd.
Late night, sun's been.
Thank you, Karen.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two.
I took that high mid boost off because it was starting to get.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late
Compressor goes to 11. Thank you. I'm glad you're on my wavelength, mine and Karen's.
Late night, sun's been down.
You're a naughty one, Saucy Jack.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. And it's still just me and you.
I wonder if we can just have some fun with Futzbox on this. Now we spent all this time making it all sound a little more even, although it's still a bit kind of high, middly and aggressive, not as nowhere near as it was before. But I wonder whether we can just have some silliness, because it's supposed to be rock and weird.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two, and it's still just me and you.
Such a good idea doing this.
I'd like to move closer, and it's been too long. I'd like to move closer, and it's been too long. I'd like to move closer, and it's been too long. I'd like to move closer, and it's been too long.
Spend all that time getting rid of all the mid-range to be more smoother, and then put it through something which is just all mid-range. That's the irony, isn't it?
I'd like to move closer, and it's been too long.
Okay, I'm not going to use this, but God, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's have a listen in context.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two, and it's still just me and you.
All right, let's set up a vocal verb. Let's go back to our good friend Revolver, which we were having fun with. So we'll set up a stereo. So we'll go back to the Revolver. Oh, by the way, so there's a giveaway. The giveaway is down below. If you so enter to win one of 3 McDSP plug-in bundles. So go. Also, you can download the multi-track, so you can mix along and have some fun. So please, and hit the like button. Hit that like button. I haven't been doing any of the things you're supposed to do when you're live streaming, have I? So don't forget to enter to win. I'm sure Eric will put that up as well for you. But don't forget to enter to win one of 3 copies of this. You know, we'll do a giveaway for Produce Like a Pro. So this is for Produce Like a Pro membership. If you're already a member, you'll get a 1-year extended membership. So what do we want to know? Do you use McDSP? It's a yes or no answer. But if you do say yes, what's your favorite plugin? I will say, hands down, my favorite plugin has always been Analog Channel, even though we're not using it here, believe it or not. But I've always been an Analog Channel fan. But Filter Bank was my main EQ for probably about 10 or 15 years. Now I use 2 or 3 others as well. But Filter Bank, most of my friends think it's the most musical and straightforward sounding EQ. Brad Woods, probably another mutual friend of Colin's and mine, would probably be upping us on that one as well. So, yeah, do you use? If you do, which one do you use? Not yet. Which ones do you use? Please, please, please. And don't forget to enter the giveaway. Yeah, which ones do you use? What are your favorites? Okay, I'm going to grab and this is for a free membership, 1-year membership, and anybody can enter. You don't, as long as you can answer yes or no, and if you do answer yes, please let us know what you use, and that would be wonderful. Okay. Looks like Victor has Futzbox. Todd doesn't have any yet. Oh, the MC404. Oh, yeah, of course. I forgot the multiband compressors are pretty amazing.
It doesn't take as long as I thought it would. She was off like a prom dress, no regrets, doing things I never guessed. Seems like an angel from the Father, but now she's Satan's daughter. Sin in heaven, I believe. It doesn't take as long as I thought it would.
You know, it'd be fun to take that double and Futzbox the schnizzle out of that. Let's do that. So I'm going to pull that Futzbox down that we had and when we went fun on it.
It doesn't take as long.
Okay, let's pull that together.
It doesn't take as long.
Okay, now that's interesting.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or...
Oh yeah, the EC300. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down for an hour or two. Late night, sun's been down. It doesn't take as long as I thought it would. She was off like a prom dress, no regrets, doing things I...
Okay.
Well, I've had a many wild night in my life.
I'm putting that separate vocal just onto the same track. There seem to be no reason to have it on a separate track.
Well, I've had a many wild night in my life, but none like tonight. And she blew my mind. She took me high.
Okay, let's get the double of that as well and put that on the double track. Get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Okay, skinning the session down a bit.
Well, I've had a many wild night in my life, but none like tonight. And she blew my mind. She took me high, it brought tears to...
It doesn't take as...
Okay, I'm going to bring up the snare overall a bit. So I'm going back to this drum bus here because we did a little bits and pieces. We did some EQ here. But what I wanted to do was do a drum bus explosive one. So what I'm now going to do is I'm actually going to do a parallel drum bus. So we're going to call this parallel. So let's go and grab a compressor. So this is the analog channel, so I can get the different tape speeds here. So I got the fastest release time. Listen to that. So I got the bump. The hat's getting a little bit carried away with some of that, but I do like it. Let's create a little bass bus as well. I'm not sure. I think 13 and 14 might have got used already, so I'm actually going to do a different one. Always better to grab a different bus. Although I don't see 25. Where's 25 in mono? All right, I'll go to 35. What's going on? What is going on? And now I don't see 35. What is going on here? That is so weird. Oh, our bussing's messed up. All right. 39. Please tell me there's a 39. Yes. Woohoo! Something's going on with the bussing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, I might take that parallel and not put the cymbals into it. Let's have a listen in the whole track. So let's do another giveaway. So it's a 3 years membership to the Academy. And don't forget that you can enter to win McDSP plugins down below. So there is 3 bundles to be given away. It's the first link under the video. So go under the video. Also, you can download the multi-tracks. And then there is the Everything Pack, the Emerald Pack, and Classic Pack, where you can go and buy those as well. But you can enter to win for free. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that parallel. I'm going to do something different. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the kick sub, the snare sub. What did I just make it? 25 and 26. The snare sub. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Just did the wrong one. Sorry. So what I'm doing for those of you, I am creating that is going to be just certain elements of the drums are going to that. So it's going to be kick and the snare. And I'll put the toms there as well. But no overheads and no hi-hat. So I can get a bit more aggressive on the compression without that happening. Sometimes you can parallel the whole thing and it's fantastic. And sometimes like that, it gets a little much. So now the parallel, if we go back and listen to that. So there's hi-hat bleed in there, but it's just what's bleeding with that massive compression. Yeah, it's just that snare bleed. Vera bus. So Karen, I'm taking it from the bus of the kick, the bus of the snare, and the bus of the toms, and the bus of the toms reverb. Now, let's go and shape that bass a little bit more. So we need to do another giveaway. So what is the one plugin that you can't live without? And oh, by the way, please hit the like button. So the question is, what is the one plugin you couldn't live without? If there's only one possible plugin, and this will get you a year free membership to Produce Like a Pro Academy. If you're already a member, it'll get you a 1 year additional. If you're a lifetime member, which we have quite a few, you can pick any course you like from Pro Mix Academy. So first of all, please hit the like button and let us know what is the one plugin you can't live without. Okay. And don't forget, you can enter to win all of the three different plugin bundles from McDSP. Link is directly below the video. Also, the multi-tracks are there as well. Okay. Let's have some fun. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the snare. Which seems to be the other hi-hat mic. So let's go and grab. What am I going to grab? There's the G dynamics. Have a quick look at this. Okay. Let me just, I want to try something. I just want to key it from the sample. So this is quite silly, but these are the kinds of silly things I like to do. So I'm going to key the sample to that. Put it in pre-fade so I don't have to have the sample turned up. So you see what I did? I took the sample, which has no bleed, and I keyed it to the gate that we opened up here. So now, if we put it on both elements, without that, so much better. Now I can have a little bit more fun with the hats. right, let's do one last giveaway. And don't forget that you can enter to win one of 3 of the McDSP plugin bundles. That's bundle and plugin put together and called plugin. Plugin undles. Plugin pundles. So please go down below there. If you see under the video, you can enter to win one of 3. Have you all entered? Have you all entered? Can you put the link in there, please, Eric? Put the link in there. Also, you can download the multi-tracks. And I really like that G channel. That gate just worked straight away, didn't it? It was really straightforward. Got rid of the hi-hat bleed. Was really, really simple. So we've asked whether you use McDSP. If you do, what your favorite McDSP plugin is. We also asked what was the one plugin you couldn't live without. And what was the answer, Eric?
One sec. Ah. Abbey Road Saturator. There you go.
Abbey Road Saturator from who?
Donald. Oh, for Waves.
Donald.
Donald was the winner.
Donald. Oh, Donald. Thank you. All right, so one more competition. So this one's going to be for lifetime membership. To win a lifetime membership of the Produce Like a Pro Academy, don't forget to enter to win one of 3 McDSP bundles. They're down below. What is the question? What would be the question? All right, well, I suppose we're talking about a lot about drums here, and we've been doing drum mixing. Who's your favorite drummer? Who is your favorite drummer? No wrong answer. Eric will pick at random who is your favorite drummer. Don't forget to hit the like button, please. And let's just go and give the mix a once over while you choose who is your favorite drummer.
Sun's been down for an hour or 2, and it's still just me and you. I'd like to move closer, and it's been too long, and it doesn't feel at all wrong. I slide a little closer. Doesn't take as long as I thought it would. She rolls off like a prom dress, no regrets, doing things I never guessed. Seems like an angel from the Father, but now she's Satan's daughter. Sin in heaven, oh one, I believe you should too.
Tonight, and she blew my mind. She took me high, brought tears to my eyes, hit me begging for mercy and more in no time. I only wish that I would have been more prepared. I only wish that I would have been stronger.
The vocals are definitely in the track and could be pushed up more. This has been a lot of fun. So we can go in there and obviously do some rides with the vocal, but I'm really digging it. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, McDSP. Really, really fun. I think we're absolutely loving this plugin, Channel G, which I have not used before. So that's great. I love that. The 420 Retro was really, really nice EQ on the kick. We didn't do much on the kick sub. We did use this, but we didn't use dynamics on this. We just used it for EQ, but we did have fun with it. We did have fun with it here, where I used it in two different... Oh, no, not here. I'll find it in a second. Where I used it in two different ways. Realizing that you can use it as a dynamic EQ as well as being a regular EQ, so it ends up giving it twice as many options. Who won? Have you chosen them yet?
Renee Moncayo.
Renee. Hey, Renee. You've won a lifetime's membership to the Produce Like a Pro Academy. Email eric@producelikeapro.com. That's eric@producelikeapro. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. Please hit that like button before you go. And don't forget to enter to win one of 3 McDSP plug-in bundles. And, of course, you can download these multi-tracks and mix for yourself. Please, please, please mix away. Thank you ever so much, everyone that tuned in. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, McDSP, for letting us use all the new plugins. Thank you for it. Love what you do. Big fan of Colin and big fan of everyone over there at McDSP. Thank you for doing such great stuff and for being pioneers. They've now been, how long have you been doing this? 98 or 99? So you're now 23 years in as a plugin manufacturer, third-party plugins outside of the other ones. Thank you ever so much for, being here and being supportive. Great. Thank you, everyone. You all rock. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. Adios. Thank you. Goodbye.